Yamaha owns a huge piece of the Sport Ute 4x4 450cc class. In the US, their Grizzly 450, and in Canada, the Kodiak 450 sell in huge numbers, and they are identical ATVs. This year, Yamaha has chosen to spice up the equation with the addition of electronic power steering. The question we're asking is it enough? The original 450 4x4 from Yamaha was an instant success and cemented the company in a lead role in this segment. Even though the first 450s had swing axles, 5 model years ago, Yamaha grafted an IRS onto the Grizz Kodiak and kept the venerable chassis in the hunt against a rapidly improving fleet of 450 to 500cc 4x4s from the competition. For sure, since the Grizzly Kodiak 450 arrived, the competition has stepped up with serious hardware in this class. If you're like us, you're probably wondering what's really new on the 2011 Grizzly 450 from Yamaha. Underneath this very familiar looking bodywork, there are actually some really big improvements. First of all, there's a completely new chassis. Then there's an improved rear brake out back, and of course, the addition of electronic power steering. It's hard to quantify the 450's new frame in any terms other than it's a full 6 pounds lighter than the old patchwork chassis, which had a bolt-on rear IRS replacing the original swing axle suspension. The new frame is stronger too. Interestingly, Yamaha didn't take the opportunity while re-engineering the chassis to significantly alter other dimensions like wheelbase, width, or overall length. The only material change was moving the top front shock mount outwards by 19 millimeters to make room for the power steering motor. This means this platform remains mid-sized in our opinion. Another nice touch on the new Kodiak Grizz 450 is an improved sealed rear brake. These oil bath multi-disc brakes are not new in the ATV industry. However, we can attest for their longevity. First introduced by Kawasaki, these things literally outlive dirt, and they work predictably whether wet or dry. Yamaha was the first to bring electronic power steering to the ATV industry. Since that landmark event 2 model years ago, this technology has spread to almost every ATV OEM. We love the way EPS works backwards. In other words, it isolates the rider from wheel hits and unwanted handlebar feedback when navigating rock-strewn trails. The Grizzly Kodiak 450 is a lightweight and lithe handler without EPS, but with power steering, the 450 feels as light as lemon meringue pie. It's great to have new stuff and new features to talk about when we test ATVs, but here's something that's even more important, and it comes standard with every Yamaha Grizzly Kodiak 450: reliability. Yamaha has built a stellar reputation for durability in this industry. In fact, we would go as far as to say that Yamaha may build the most reliable ATVs in the industry. To demonstrate the inherent reliability of a Yamaha ATV, we can offer up this example from personal experience here at Dirt Trax. Over the years, we've tested literally dozens of Yamaha ATVs and side-by-side vehicles with Ultramatic CVT transmissions. After thousands of miles of abuse, we've never had to change a belt. This transmission offers outstanding reliability and a slick and functional automotive-style high-low reverse shifter, including park. The 450 Kodiak Grizz was once the power leader in this hotly contested segment. Today, this 450cc carbureted, single overhead cam, 2-valve engine is at best a mid-pack performer. We honestly feel the engine needs EFI and the injection of a few more horsepower. Ergonomically, we find the Grizzly Kodiak 450 to be a contradiction. The rider's perch is okay for medium-sized pilots, but a tight fit for long leggers and double extra-large riders. The standing position afforded by the low handlebars is okay if you're short, but forces taller pilots to hunch. On the other hand, the switchgear controls and comfort amenities meet our exacting standards perfectly. There's a nice digital gauge cluster with tons of info, carefully thought out 4x4 push buttons, and a well-padded, comfortable seat. If we had our way, we'd like to see a couple more improvements to the Grizzly Kodiak 450. First, we think this sales-leading ride should have EFI. We'd also like to see it a little bit wider, and we'd like to see the racks painted with something other than this wrinkly stuff, which seems to chip off awful easily. Yamaha knows its customers well in the ATV business, and the new and improved Grizzly Kodiak 450 is proof positive that it's listening to owners. The addition of electronic power steering and an improved rear brake, along with a nearly 10-pound weight reduction, is nothing to scoff at considering the success of the previous 450. We think the model year 2011 Grizzly Kodiak 450 will continue to sell big, and the improvements made to this tough, lightweight, long-lasting, and solid performer will ensure Yamaha customers keep lining up for another copy.